call tonight's meeting to order. It is the regular city council meeting, Tuesday, September 3rd, 2019. May I have roll call, please?
Mr. Bembas?
Here.
Mr. Blair?
Here.
Mr. Gillis?
Here.
Mr. Martin?
Here.
Mrs. Meldrum?
Here.
Mr. Scarbeck?
Here.
Mayor Stoneburner?
Here.
All present.
At this time, can we please take a moment of silent prayer, and please keep in your thoughts the people along the coast that are in the world that are being impacted by Hurricane Dorian. Will everyone please stand for the pledge? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I need a motion to approve the agenda.
I make a motion, we approve the agenda as presented. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Next, we have our presentations, and tonight we have one presentation. It's our Algonac Asset Award, and it's being presented to Marilyn Gino, and Councilman Bembas will be the one doing the honors.
I have an award from Marilyn Gino, and it says, "We are bursting with pride as we acknowledge you and your efforts to bring the tall ships to Algonac. We salute your decades of dedication, your ingenuity in presenting Algonac as a hospitality port, and your enthusiasm in coordinating volunteers to support the captains and crews while here. We're so pleased and grateful you are one of our own, and we want to be sure you're always part of our community." That's for you. And you know, on a piece of paper, you can only say so much, but I just came away from a woman's life group, and believe it or not, they actually let me in. And everybody knew already that we're giving Marilyn this award. And hearing it from other people says so much, because everybody was talking about how if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have the big ships here. How you go on and you made it so that they can go to Kroger, and go to the Harbor Club for showers, and this and that and everything. And basically it's because of you. I know there's a lot of historical society people here, and I'm gonna put you on the spot. I want some of you to tell me, I've only lived here for about 22 years. How long have you lived in Algonac?
Well, 30.
Okay. Long time. That's longer than some of the people in here are old. Right, buddy? So, somebody from the Historical Society, tell me how great Marilyn is. Oh, don't be shy, come on. Oh,
Is she
you're
not
all
that
right.
great? Is that what you guys
Marilyn is
There
there
you
every
go.
time we need her. We can call her at the last minute, she'll open that museum. She goes down to the marina, picks people up, brings them back to the museum, takes them back. She's there 24/7 for the Historical Society. She deserves this award. I know she's not thrilled. She wasn't gonna tell me right till this day that she was getting this. The minute I found out, everybody knew, and I'm so happy that she deserves this award.
She sure does. Thank you. What I like most, that's all this, what I like most is I'll see Marilyn come in the post office occasionally. I've never not seen Marilyn not smiling. And a smile brightens up everybody's day, and you're one of those kind of people, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
I have something about Marilyn. Marilyn stays in touch with the captains of the tall ship and the companies. to bring them here all year long. It isn't just, oh, somebody calls the day before they want to dock here. It isn't that. She does it all year long, and we couldn't be more proud and happy to have you part of our community.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Denise. I mean, Joe.
Very nice. Went to the hospital, brought me diabetics. One of the guys was in the hospital. She got him the triple D parts for it or something.
When I said I had one thing to say about Marilyn, I heard a lot of groans, so I have a feeling you have a whole lot more. Thank you, Marilyn, for all you do, and thank you, Historical Society, because without you, we wouldn't have what we have here in our community. Thank you. At this time, we'll open up the meeting for public comments. You are limited to 5 minutes to speak, and you have you need to state your name, where you live, and council will not respond, but we definitely listen and think about what you have to say.
Hi, my name is Dawn Macari, I'm 6404 Marina Drive, and I'm on the agenda tonight to request approval from the mayor to put up teal ribbons. September is National Ovarian Cancer Awareness, and unfortunately my mother passed away last year from it. And it's called Tie Michigan Teal, and I'm requesting on the light post to put up the banners. They're just bows. There's no cost to the city. I'll put everything up and it will all be taken down by the end of the month.
Okay.
It's just to bring awareness to ovarian cancer.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else? Tonight, we won't have a city manager's report because we don't have a city manager here. And Chief Doan has it all down, he just thinks it and we understand it, so that's all we need to do. Next, we'll need a motion to approve our consent agenda, which includes our regular city council minutes from our last meeting on August 20th. So moved.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? We have approved our consent agenda. We do not have any unfinished business, so we'll go right into our new business. And the first item that we are to consider is a contract for 2019 bridge inspections. There are 5 bridges in Elginak that are required to have to be inspected. But starting in 2017, the inspection requirements were increased, and now we need to do that as well. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion that we award the contract for 2019 bridge inspections to Anderson, Eckstein, and Westrick, whose address is 51301 Shaner Road in Shelby Township, Michigan, 48315, in the amount of $11,750, and authorize the city manager to sign the contract on behalf of the city. Support.
Discussion? In the past, we've used Anderson, Eckstein, and with Westrick, and have been very pleased with their work. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Blair?
Yes.
Mr. Gillis?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mrs. Meldrum?
Yes.
Mr. Scarbeck?
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner?
Yes,
Mr. Bembas?
Yes.
Motion carries.
we will have our bridges inspected. Next, we will introduce an ordinance amendment to chapter 44 utilities. May I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to introduce ordinance number 2009-05, amending chapter 44 utilities, article 2, water, division 1, generally by adding section 4425-25 water meters, 44-26 use of water, and 44-39 penalties as presented.
I'll support.
Discussion?
I have questions, but it would be more to the city manager, no disregard to you, Joe. You know, cause it is a major change. Questions like, I see in here that if the meter is broken, the homeowner has to fix it. What if it's just worn out? You know, my house meter's probably, 40 years old, but, so those kind of questions, I'd rather like say for Denise. And I know that next time we come, next meeting is when we should pass or deny this, but it's almost like we should hold off. So she's here, you understand what I'm saying?
Make a motion to postpone it to
Okay.
the next meeting.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to postpone it to the next meeting.
Second.
A motion is on the table to postpone this ordinance till the next meeting. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, we will hold off on introducing this ordinance to our next meeting. Mrs. Gerstenberg is here. Next, we are to approve repairs at the water plant in the amount of $8,200. May I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to award the contract for cathodic protection repairs to Corpro Waterworks in the amount of $8,200 and direct the city manager to sign the agreement on behalf of the city.
Support.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Gillis,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Mrs. Meldrum,
Yes.
Mr. Scarbeck,
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner,
Yes.
Mr. Bembas,
Yes.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
motion carries.
Next, we're to approve the purchase of sodium hypochlorite transfer pump for the water plant in the amount of $1,289.95. This pump transfers chlorine from the bulk tanks to the daily use tanks, and currently, the current one is not working properly. May I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to approve the purchase of sodium hypochlorite pump through US Blue Book, whose address is 3781 Burwood Drive, Waukegan, Illinois, in the amount of $1,289.95.
Second.
Discussion?
I have a question, I don't know if it can be answered. Chief Dillon, do you know if this is a one-time purchase for the year? Is this a monthly purchase? I don't see any timeline on this purchase. Is it contractual over 3 years? Is it just a one-time gig? I mean, what's, do you
My understanding, it's a one-time purchase.
for,
For just the
Replacement of
pump.
that's it?
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Mrs. Meldrum,
Yes.
Mr. Scarbeck,
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner,
Yes.
Mr. Bembas,
Yes.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
Mr. Gillis,
Yes.
motion carries.
Next, we're being asked to approve the purchase and installation of a variable frequency drive for water plant pump number 3 in the amount of $7,130.30. The one that we have now is no longer working and needs to be replaced. We've had 3 quotes that we solicited. Only 2 quotes were received for the work, and we need to have the motion in 2 separate motions because we're going with 2 separate companies for this, for each part of it. One for the purchase and one for the installation. May I have a motion for the purchase, please?
I'll make a motion that we approve the purchase of a VFD for Marshall E. Campbell Company, whose address is 2975 Lapeer Road, Port Huron, Michigan, 48060, in the amount of $6,030.30. Support.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Meldrum?
Yes.
Mr. Scarback?
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner?
Yes.
Mr. Bembas?
Yes.
Mr. Blair?
Yes.
Mr. Gillis?
Yes.
And Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And next, we need a motion for the installation.
I'll also make that motion to approve the installation of the VFD to Blue Water Electrical Service, whose address is 5606 Sheridan Line Road, Croswell, Michigan, 48422, in the amount of $1,100.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Scarback?
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner?
Yes.
Mr. Bembas?
Yes.
Mr. Blair?
Yes.
Mr. Gillis?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mrs. Meldrum?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, we're being asked to approve flood emergency purchases in the amount of $661.52. And it is for fuel oil and for cam locks.
I'd like to make a motion to approve, I'd like to make a motion to approve payment for flood emergency purchases as presented in an amount of $651.52.
Support.
Discussion?
It's nice to see these numbers go down
Yeah.
as the water is going down.
For anybody out there who's sandbagged, save them for next year, it's supposed to be worse. I hope we don't get lax and take down our sandbags, you're gonna need them next year even more.
And to date, this will bring our totals to over $42,000 in expenses for the city for the flooding, and that does not include any manpower hours at all. And there are a considerable amount of those. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, we've approved, unfortunately, we have to approve, and we need to approve our flood emergency purchases. Next, we're being asked to approve participation in the Thai Michigan Teal campaign against ovarian cancer. We just had Dawn Carey here asking for our permission. I know ovarian cancer is one that is very hard to detect. And I lost someone I know that it was very late when they just detected it. Is there any other discussion? Oh, we need a motion first. Yep.
Motion to approve participation in the Thai Michigan Teal campaign against ovarian cancer.
Support.
Discussion.
Worthy cause. Worthy cause.
Yes, it is. All those in favor say aye.
Overwhelmingly, yes.
Yes. Those opposed? Do you need any help putting any ribbons on it all, Dawn?
Thank
No?
you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let us know if you do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next, we're being asked to pay our bills, the accounts payable and the payroll in the amount of $733,641, even. Believe it or not, how often is it even like that?
I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable and payroll in the amount of $733,641 even. As
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mayor Stoneburner?
Yes.
Mr. Bembas?
Yes.
Mr. Blair?
Yes.
Mr. Gillis?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mrs. Meldrum?
Yes.
Mr. Scarback?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Chief Doan, do we have anything that is on our agenda for next time that you know of?
Well, it looks like you'll have the water ordinance on your agenda next time. AT&T agreement for the 5G. Engineering services contract and snow removal.
Oh, whoa, 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 what was that last one?
No.
Christ.
Don't ruin it.
Be prepared. Way to end the night. Jeez.
Our feet aren't even dry yet to start with.
The water just went down south in the snow.
All right, let's start with council comments. Let's start with Councilman Blair.
Hey. My congratulations to Miss Gina and everything you and the Historical Society do for this city. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out in support of Miss Gina and our city. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there is a great vibe going on in the city of Algonac right now. Probably been like that for quite a few months, if I can almost say maybe a year. But I'd like to say it's a great thing. I'm hearing a lot of scuttlebutt about Algonac in a great way. As far down as New Baltimore, all the way up to Port Huron. I work with a group of people that live in that area, and they just say, wait, what's going on in Algonac, this and that. So that's a great thing everybody should be very, very proud of. I want to send our condolences from the council out to any people lost in this one horrible hurricane that's coming in and that devastated the Bahamas. We may think that our water's high, but I'm sure they got a lot more to deal with than we do, so our support goes out to them as well. And everybody just ride the wave, and I mean it in a good way, and I'm talking about the Algonac wave. Thanks for coming out, guys. Have a good night.
Mayor Pro Tem Gillis.
I'd also like to congratulate Mrs. Gina on her award this evening. I'm blessed to not only have her in our city, but she's also my neighbor.
I'm sorry.
In fact, when I was a child, she was the first person with a motion sensor light. And we thought that was the coolest thing to run by and turn on her light. Because that was a new technology back then. Exactly. But, you know, I think we're very fortunate here in Algonac to have a group of cheerleaders for our city that we have sitting in this room. I consider myself, it's so wonderful what you all do for the city. You're like the biggest group of cheerleaders, recruiters, and you bring the people here and let them know what Algonac's all about, so thank you all for that.
Councilman Bembas.
Anybody out there Polish?
On
Wow.
October 8th, you will be.
Well, I'll say Yaksi Mash to all of you anyway. On October 8th is National Pierogi Day. And at the VFW, Algonac Live is having a pierogi dinner catered by one of the best restaurants in Hamtramck. And a lot of fun. You can buy tickets online, or you can get them from City Hall, Scoreboard or more. Or I got tickets, Terry's got tickets, Rocky's got tickets, and I'm sure some people out there have tickets too. So feel free to come. It benefits Algonac Live and VFW. VFW makes a lot of money because they get all the beer and liquor sales.
How much are the tickets?
Oh, Kathy, don't, again, I forget, $25?
20
for tickets. And Kathy Doan has tickets, yes. I told you there were people out there with tickets too. So please come. Good night. It's a Tuesday, and my wife says any day she doesn't have to cook is a good day, so we'll be there too. Halloween is coming up, and if anybody knows, I kind of sort of like Halloween.
We didn't know.
We're expanding this year. On Friday, October 18th, there is a costume ball at VFW. Was it? For adults, just adults, no kids for this costume ball, adults, okay? On the 19th, we are having a skate park contest at 1 o'clock, because we're redoing a skate park. In fact, they're going to be painting that this week, the base coat. And there's going to be an Anything Goes parade for kids, adults, golf carts, bikes, you know, little motor scooters, whatever. Main Street dancers will be there teaching thriller dance. And then we're going to have kids games, and a lot of us are already taking part. Rocky's got a maze going on, and his wife is doing karaoke. Creative Creations is doing mask making. Mrs. Stewart and the future Mrs. Bryson are doing face painting. Dr. Megan at the chiropractic is doing ring toss. Amy Emil's doing a sucker tree. There's a pick a pumpkin contest. Karaoke, I think I said. Dr. Brady's doing a game. The Planning Commission's doing a game. Boy Scouts are selling hot dogs, so a lot of different groups are involved. And the fire department, thank you to Joe Doan and staff, is doing a duck races. The duck races are going to be on the river, little yellow ducks. And we're selling tickets to that too. And again, you can get them from Miss Doan, or you can get them from City Hall, or just about any one of us, you know, and the Scoreboard and more. The money we raise from that will go to buying free candy for all the kids. All the kids are gonna get candy, whether they win a game or not, because it's gonna be for little kids. Who cares if they win or not? Here's some candy. And, the whole idea is to create work for the dentists in town. But, anybody out there wanna help with games, please see me afterwards. In fact, Ed is, gonna help with the game. Throw the bean bag into the toilet bowl game. Right? For real.
For real.
And of course, I almost forget the most important, well, to me it's the most important one, it's a haunted house at my house. So, on that, Saturday, October 19th, Webb's Weirdness Weddings at my house. Please come, the money we raised, we had over 80 people last year, 80 adults and then kids. We hope to get at least 81 this year, and that money goes to the food bank. And last year we gave $400 to the food bank. Hopefully we can get a little bit more this year. Thank you.
Councilman Scarbic.
I just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight, and a huge thank you to Miss Gina. And if you guys had the opportunity to go to the Rumble on the River or the art fair, it was a great turnout. There's so many people there, and thank you guys for coming, and have a good weekend.
Councilman Martin.
Yeah, the art fair, Saturday, a lot of people there. Sunday, weather kind of put a damper on it, but once again, it was a nice affair. And I want to thank the Algonac Clay Historical Society for all that they do to support our area, and Marilyn Gina for being the kind of person she is. Thank you.
Councilwoman Meldrum.
Congratulations, Marilyn. You deserve it. And, thank you everybody for coming tonight, and I'm glad to be here.
This Saturday, at the skate park, we are painting. So anybody that wants to come, wear your old clothes, you don't care if they get paint on them, we could use some help. Mark Carruthers has done such a great job organizing all of this. Lumberjack and Mark Thompson has donated all the supplies for us. I know we asked for people to donate things, and Mark came through and with paint too. So Saturday's the day at 10 a.m. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Also want to thank the Art Fair Committee. It was a wonderful art fair for a day and a half, but it was wonderful even in the rain. Also, there was a great car show. Dr. Brady was in charge of the car show. That was wonderful. It was the Art Fair's 47th year, and that says something. And it's still going strong, and it's absolutely wonderful. If you haven't been there, you need to go, and if you've been going, you need to keep going. On Saturday, September 29th is Walk for Valor. It's a 5K walk sponsored by Valor and Algonac and the VFW Post. Registration is at 9 a.m. From 10 a.m. till noon is the walk. And usually they have something for people to ride on that can't walk but still want to participate. If you want to participate in this, registration forms are at the VFW. You can go pick them up. I picked mine up today. And this walk provides support for local veterans groups in our community, and you can check off what local veteran group you want to if you're more affiliated with one. Not in Algonac, it doesn't have to, but it's in St. Clair County. Would love to have you out on the 29th. It's a nice walk. We start at the city park. We walk up to Dixie's, and then back down around McDonald's, and then loop back around. And that's our 5K. And you can fall out and quit anytime you want, and you've already registered, and they just want participation, and it's a great day. We have a lot of things coming up. On September 28th, our Women's Life is sponsoring a quilt retreat. If you're interested in that, information is online, and contact Sue DeLange for that. You need to be pre-registered for that. Also, we've talked about our Algonac Special Needs Playground, and Women's Life is sponsoring 2 events to support that. The first one is on October 3rd at the Green Barn Winery up on Kimball. It's in Kimball Township up on Wadhams. It's from 6 to 8 on October 3rd. And the proceeds will go to the Special Needs Playground Fund. The next one sponsored by Women's Life for Special Needs Playground is October 14th at the Little Bar, wine tasting and food pairing tickets in advance, and you get these last two and the next two I talk about will be from, you need to contact Cindy Babish if you're interested. Also, on Monday, October 7th, from 7 to 9 at Club Capri, they will have another Shorts Brew in the Knack. They had one for us last year for Algonac, the Algonac Decorating Committee, or Christmas decorations. It was a wonderful time, and this year, I couldn't be more pleased to know that the money is going to our Algonac's robotics team. The coaches and those kids have been instrumental in saving so many houses in Algonac, and I know Marilyn Gina was up, singing the praises of them before. They're wonderful. They have come through. They don't know the people they're going to. They just come out and turn out and follow through with it all, and it's wonderful. And it goes to show if our kids are doing that now, you know they're going to be doing that when they're our age, and that's a wonderful thing. And the last thing for Women's Life, it is actually going to our Historical Society, and it's the annual Fall Fashion Show. That's at Club Capri as well on November 9th. So you can see Cindy Babish for tickets for any of those. And I do want one last note. I know when my dad was here, before he passed away, Mick Isaacs, he was so looking forward to the tall ships coming. I wish he could see what's still happening here. It would have been wonderful for him to see. And this is just a glorious day celebrating you, Marilyn. Thank you. And with that, oh. No. The motion to adjourn, yes.
Support.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Should I ask who says no? We're adjourned.